Thank you, everybody, for having invited me. It's a very, very special honor to be here on this occasion. I've been hearing about this festival being held in Bangalore for all these years. I haven't ever come to this festival, but I've had a long, warm relationship with Bengaluru, coming here from the 60s. And when I come to think of it, it's very strange, weird, and funny that all these years I have been in close contact with and formed friendships, close, warm friendships with so many wonderful individuals in Karnataka, but I have been really in touch with the Bengalis of Bengaluru. I started coming to Bangalore in the early 60s, and a very cherished memory that I have is that of, for 5 long years, every summer vacation I would come down, stay in a very old-fashioned colonial hotel called Shilton Hotel, with a wonderful bookshop, select bookstore, very close to it. And for 3 weeks, there would be an American literature course offered to college teachers. The first week would be handled by Professor C.D. Narasimhaya, a legendary teacher of English literature, revered all over the country. I would be tackling the second week on American drama, and there would be a third week being conducted on criticism by Professor Isaac from Hyderabad. For 5 long years, I was a regular visitor. Then, for the last few years, for about, how many years? Should be about 15 years at a stretch before the pandemic struck, I would come every year to Hegadu to take part in the Nanasam course and be there for the whole period and sharing great moments, great knowledge, great cultural memories and histories with Professor Anantamurthy, B.V. Karant, K.V. Subbanna, and of course, my long friendships with Girish Kanad, Karant, people gone, lost, those memories impinge on me. I remember an occasion when I was attending and taking part in the course at Hegadu for Nanasam. Girish's 2 volumes of plays were being released at a bookshop in Bangalore. Girish got to know of it, that I was in Hegadu, so he arranged that I would drive down, and the entire evening for the release of the 2 volumes of Girish's plays by the Oxford University Press would be a conversation between Girish and me. And what wonderful memories. Bear with me, because after all, cinema, and when we look back at old films, come back to the films, and the films come back to us with fresh lives. Cinema is a flow of memories from Chaplin down to the young filmmakers whose debut films you'd be watching here. One long, singular, magical flow of images. and memories. So bear with me when I say that my friendship with Girish also began as almost a part of India's cultural history. Girish gave up his job as editor, manager at the Madras branch of the Oxford University Press in late 1971, immediately after he had appeared in Anantamurthy's Samaskara, and long after Satyajit Ray's death, we came upon a letter that Manikda had written to Kirunmoy Raha praising Girish's wonderful performance in Samaskara. And once I discovered it, I immediately copied it over and sent it to Girish. And Girish wrote me back saying, I'll treasure it all my life. He didn't live too many years after that. So all these memories come back. And soon after he had left in Oxford University Press in 71, and he had initiated a series at the OUP called The New Drama in India. The very concept, the very idea of new drama in India gave an identity, a marker to a theatre movement emerging in India, where plays from one language and one culture could be immediately translated not just as texts, but as performances. Girish's Tughlaq being staged in Kolkata with Shambhu Mitro and K.R. Chakraborty performing in it together, directed by Shyaman and Jalan. Or a young woman director, Shohag Shen, picking up Mahesh Elkunchwar's plays, Satish Alikar's plays from the Marathi repertoire. All this beginning with that very concept, even that combination of words, new drama in India, that Girish improvised for that series. He left in 71. In 73, I joined the OUP in Calcutta, and I inherited the new drama in India series. The next play in the series was Girish's translation of Badal Sarkar's Evam Indrajit. He had translated it from Hindi. The Hindi translator had, for some mysterious reasons, left out Badal Babu's poems. Girish came down to Kolkata, spent a long time with Badal Babu, translating the poems together with Badal Babu for that volume. And while editing the volume, I invited Satyadev Dubey, the pathbreaker of the new Marathi theatre, to write the introduction. Because of all the Evam Indrajits that I've seen in different languages, Satyadev's was the finest, the greatest. I continued with that series, and I had Vijay Tendulkar's Shantata Kaur Chalu Ahe translated into English in the same series, New Drama in India. And this was Shambhu Mitra's last production, the last production that he directed in 1971, Chop Adalat Cholche, with a sparkling, monumental performance by Trupti Mitra as Miss Penari. I left OUP and moved on to Seagull Books. And we continued with a whole series of the new Indian playwrights. Sadly, that movement is dead now. Plays don't travel that easily from one language to another. But still, those memories haunt us like a piece of cinema. And I remember the last time I was watching a play at Anuradha's theatre here, where Girish's voice was still there, welcoming us and telling us to keep our mobiles silent. That's all cinema. Thank you.